Hi friends, it's Guy Swanson at Unity Village. Most years, our CEO, Jim Blake, introduces this video to bring you up to date on all the happenings at Unity World Headquarters over the past year. Jim was called away for a death in the family when we were recording, so I'm happy to step in and tell you about all the good things that are going on. It's been a great year despite the pandemic, or in some ways, because of it. We learned very fast how to do events online. We've seen a huge increase in social media engagement as people reach out for spiritual support. We're gaining subscribers for Daily Word and Unity Magazine. And now that the campus is open again, people are pouring back for retreats, events, and weddings. You'll be hearing more details about all of that from our executive team. But I thought we'd have a little fun this year. So I want to talk to you about fashion. Jim Blake loves t-shirts. Ever since he became CEO, he's wanted to create a line of Uni-Tees. Get it? Uni-Tees? And in alignment with our principle of divine order, our talented executive office liaison, Callie Green, has a side hustle as a fashion maven. She publishes a fashion magazine, she stages a fashion show at Unity Village once or twice a year, and she designed the shirts Jim had been envisioning. We are getting started with 4 versions. This year, I am wearing Heavily Meditated t-shirt. You'll be seeing the others modeled by some of my executive teammates. But first, let me tell you what's been happening on the physical campus of Unity Village. We reopened the campus in late spring, but we weren't sure how quickly people would start coming back for in-person events. The answer turned out to be immediately. We've had over a dozen weddings and several large retreats. The hotel occupancy is steadily increasing. Many weekends we've been sold out, and the 2 Airbnbs are booked pretty much every weekend into next year. The golf course has become so popular that you can hardly get a tee time on a Sunday. The city of Lee Summit and the Missouri Department of Transportation let us know a few years ago that they were planning to widen Colburn Road to 5 lanes. The work will be done from the Colburn Road entrance at Unity Village, east about 1.5 miles to Douglas Road, the intersection by the airport. Work is scheduled to begin the spring of '22 and take about 2 years to complete. Of course, the majority of Colburn Road is within Unity-owned land, so we will be negotiating the right-of-way required for the Colburn Road expansion up to the Apple Barn. We're also working with a historical building developer to see if we can create a sustainable plan to convert the old motel into 1-bedroom apartments. The analysis is ongoing, including a thorough structural review of the building, but assuming all checks out, we might just be able to put the old motel back into use as livable apartments on campus.
I'm Terrell Petrie, the Vice President of Development, where we have the honor of working with donors who love Unity. You may know that we started a capital campaign for improvements at the village called Vision 2020. But as we entered a new year, and in light of the 100th anniversary of Unity Village, we transitioned to the 100 Years and Beyond capital campaign. And this phase is off to a great start. We are thrilled to announce that Unity donors contributed more than $400,000 to create the new labyrinth at Unity Village. It will be made of 10,000 hand-cut stones and should be complete in May of 2022. You may also know how much success we've had in restoring some of the historic homes on campus to repurpose as Airbnbs. We've remodeled 2 so far, and we're raising funds for 3 more. One is the renovation of the student annex into Hummingbird Chateau. We're remodeling a historic cottage to honor the late Reverend Dr. Johnny Coleman. And we're transforming the old Unity Clubhouse into an Airbnb honoring Reverend Dr. Ruth Mosley, who founded the Unity Urban Ministerial School. These projects will be worked on throughout the next couple of years, and there's tremendous interest in both. If you're interested in more details about the Capital Campaign, you can read much more on the Unity website at unity.org/100 years. We invite you to visit the village to experience the new labyrinth next spring and stay in one of our award-winning Airbnbs.
I'm Kim Ames, the Chief People Officer, wearing the rainbow t-shirt that says, "We rise by lifting others." Before the campus opened again, we asked our 300 team members whether they wanted to keep working from home or come back to the office or some hybrid version. It split almost evenly, 40% working from home, 40% hybrid, and 20% working full-time on campus. Some have to be physically present. They work in the hotel or facilities or landscape. These changes are happening all over the world. People are working from home and working remotely. We're grateful for the technology. We have encouraged but not required vaccinations for COVID, and we have hosted a vaccination clinic on campus for team members and their families that was also open to the public. We are closely watching developments and still ordering supplies like masks and disinfectant wipes. We will continue with open communication and expectations for all team members. With the support of Reverend Jim Blake, my department has been leading our efforts toward diversity, equity, and inclusion for the past several years. Diversity has become an ongoing topic of discussion with our team members. We conducted 20 trainings for team members before the pandemic. Then, while nearly everyone was working from home, we had a virtual training on understanding sexuality and gender diversity. The most recent training was about disability and accessibility. We also try to offer interesting DEI activities that are voluntary for team members. For example, for Black History Month, we hosted an online watch party of the movie Harriet about abolitionist Harriet Tubman. In June, we emailed several educational articles to give team members more history of Juneteenth and ways to observe it. In honor of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in May, a book club read Kathy Park Hong's book, Minor Feelings. And for International Transgender Day of Visibility in March, we hosted a lunch and learn with guest speaker Suzanne Wheeler, a transgender woman who is executive director of the Mid-America LGBT Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Linda Martella-Whitsett, Vice President of the Unity Prayer Ministry. Change at Silent Unity this year has been both internal and external. You may have seen videos earlier in the year about the remodeling we've done at Silent Unity, and now I can show you even more. You may be familiar with the original prayer room that has the 12 powers in a circle on the ceiling. Well, all of the prayer associates that are working on campus are back in that room now, adjacent to the Prayer Vigil Chapel, where the light shines for you and someone is always praying. The offices on the 3rd floor have been opened up with glass walls, pops of color, and some beautiful artwork by local artists. We've recently finished the remodel on the 2nd floor too, and it has the same open feel with natural light and color. The new break room space we will share with other departments as well as with UWM, whose new offices are located on the same floor. The internal change I mentioned is partly a blessing from the pandemic. We had talked for years about adding remote prayer associates, even in other states, because of course prayer is not limited by geography. The pandemic forced us to set up remote stations for all of our prayer associates, and most are continuing to work from home. We realized they could also be in other states. That gives us a much larger recruiting pool, especially for bilingual prayer associates from states like Texas and Florida. This is possible in some states, but not all states. Here's a list. We have a full slate of prayer associates like right now, but keep abreast of notices in the path and postcards from the village. There's one other thing I want to mention. You may have noticed the terms Unity Prayer Ministry and Silent Unity used almost interchangeably in the print and digital communications from headquarters. If anyone asks you why, it's because the names have slightly different purposes. Silent Unity is known and loved within our ministries, among our donors, and among the inner circles of truth students. But people outside of Unity don't know what we're talking about when we say silent unity. They don't even know it's about prayer, and when we explain that, they wonder why it is silent. Unity Prayer Ministry is simply a more descriptive title, and we've begun using it with audiences that may not be familiar with Unity. As we pray with people around the world, we strive to use language they can immediately understand and resonate with.
Hi friends, Reverend Mark Fuss here with some exciting news to share from Unity Outreach. First, I want to make certain you're aware of several resources available this fall to you and your ministry. Our 2021 Advent booklet, A Christmas to Remember, is just out. It's a warm, inspiring, and beautiful booklet. You'll find Sunday readings from Daily Word editor Teresa Burton and daily messages by a diverse group of Unity writers. It's a wonderful way to journey through Advent with your congregation or group. The new 2022 Unity calendar, titled Embrace Your Unlimited Good, will be available in October. It's filled with beautiful pictures of Unity Village, and each month has a suggestion for embracing your good, plus a Bible verse and an inspiring quote. Both the Unity calendar and Advent booklet are just 50 cents each for ministries. They make a lovely gift for your congregation and donors. And we know they are meaningful. Throughout the past year and the pandemic shutdown, these booklets have been a lifeline for many people. Direct mail contributions rose 10% last year to more than $5 million. Another important resource is our newest outreach booklet, Peaceful Passing, Practical and Spiritual Reminders for the End of Life. Written by ministers, chaplains, and hospice workers, it's intended to bring peace and confidence to those preparing for death and those close to them. This booklet is free to Unity churches to share in your communities. And last, we have some exciting news about the Unity Archives. Unity is partnering with History IT to bring the archives to life online. It's a major project that will take several years. We'll keep you posted as we preserve, digitize, and make accessible the life's work of the Fillmores and legendary Unity teachers and teachings, along with the history of our movement.
Hi, I'm Angie Olson. In communications, we get the fun job of helping to bring new Unity products to life. Some of our most recent products include the Positive Prayer Wheel, the Pause of Wisdom Puzzle, the Worthy of Wonder Journal, and our latest card deck, A Time to Grieve. This fall, we will be releasing a new Christmas card set. These are beautiful cards that you can actually send in the mail. If you haven't seen all of these, check them out at unity.org. Online and digital efforts are key to the Unity strategic plan. They allow us to reach new people with written content, podcasts, videos, and downloads. And we're excited to see growth across almost all of our digital channels. In the past 3 years, we've had more than 7 million website visitors across Unity websites, with more than 46 million page views. And our fastest growing age demographic is the 25 to 34 age group. More than 56,000 booklets were downloaded, in addition to the print versions. And the Unity Prayer Ministry received nearly 443,000 prayer requests electronically. Electronic requests now account for nearly half of all the prayer requests that come to Unity. The live listeners for Unity Online Radio have increased 112%, and signups for e-newsletters have increased 790%. You may have heard that a new Unity website is in the works. We expect it to go live this fall, and we are so excited. We will give users a new, more robust, user-friendly experience. Our social media strategy has really focused on helping and serving our constituents, which has in turn increased our engagement. That's the combination of reactions, comments, click-throughs, and shares. Throughout the last couple of years, our Unity Facebook engagement has grown by 327%. Our Daily Word Facebook engagement is up 200%, and our Spanish language Facebook engagement is up 327%. Anything you see on UWH social media, you are welcome to share to your own pages. You can find access to all of our social media accounts at unity.org/social.
I'm Reverend Ellen Davenport. My title is Vice President of Publishing and Content. Content is marketing jargon, but it means the message. What are we actually saying when we share the Unity message with the world? I had an important lesson about the Unity message during the pandemic. What we share day in and day out, and have shared for 130 years, becomes especially meaningful to people in a crisis. During the pandemic, thousands and thousands of people reached out for spiritual support and found our magazines, websites, and social media. It's gratifying to know these teachings that were life-changing for us can deeply touch people even if they have no affiliation with Unity. It's a privilege to share these ideas and teachings with the world, isn't it? Okay, forgive me for getting philosophical. More down to earth, Unity Magazine recently topped 20,000 subscribers, which is a miracle, considering that a few years ago it was down to 6,000 and seemed to be near death. Daily Word has stopped its decline and started ticking up. Subscriptions this summer were about 375,000. It's still distributed in more than 100 countries and 4 languages. This fall you'll see 2 new books from Unity. One you will love reading called Still on Fire, Field Notes from a Queer Mystic. It's a memoir by a woman named Jan Phillips who was kicked out of the convent for being gay. The book is about her spiritual journey thereafter and her social activism around peace and race. My favorite quote from the book is where she says, "My activism is my spirituality in running shoes." That's in October. Then in November, we're releasing a book you can teach from, Unity and World Religions by Reverend Paul John Roach. This book is worthy of a talk series or class or book study, and it's full of quotes you can use from ancient mystics. It's got everything from Hinduism to Dudeism, which is an actual religion based on the dude from The Big Lebowski. The dude abides.
It seems each year, Jim wraps up this video telling you how proud we are of this executive team and the entire team at Unity Village. That is not just us being nice. We truly are in a very unique time in our history where we are abundantly blessed with an amazing level of talent at all levels of the organization. How else could we accomplish all that you saw here and the wonderful growth we are experiencing year after year? In addition to the committed souls on campus, we are also truly honored and thankful to serve alongside each of you. You each have had a one-of-a-kind year filled with blessings and challenges, and we bow to you in acknowledgement of your perseverance. Also, so many of you and your centers support our work in consciousness, in donations of time and treasure, and I want to thank you for all that you do day in and day out for the world, the Unity movement, and our organization. Finally, I know you want one of these t-shirts. The one I am wearing now is the Unity version in university block lettering, so just go to unity.org/shirts and they'll be available for you in our online store. There's a variety of designs in a variety of sizes, and we hope you enjoy them as much as our teams are on campus. Blessings until our next update.